Yo, what is good everyone? OJ here and welcome to another video. Today, we've got some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're going to be starting off with Fire Emblem Heroes and Fire Emblem Three Houses and the relationship between these two games and why I think some of this news that I'm going to tell you guys right here is going to lead to Fire Emblem Three Houses doing much better than anybody anticipated. Now, I've already made a few videos talking about this, why Fire Emblem is going to shock and surprise you, why it's going to do a lot better than people think, but I feel that this information here is probably the biggest reason why Fire Emblem is on more of a global brand than any time that it's ever been beforehand. So Fire Emblem Heroes has generated another $16.8 million in September alone. This continues to be a huge moneymaker for Nintendo, and the majority of the success of Fire Emblem Heroes has stemmed from Japan. Now, the country represents 55% of all-time player spending, and in September, Japan accounted for 54% of the revenue, which amounts to 9.1 million. Now, continuing on the same topic there, Japan saw a boost in the downloads as well. Last month, the total downloads rose 37% in the region month over month. So things are kind of ramping up. Usually you see mobile games kind of decline and they'll probably add things in order for it to get more people to download it, but things are just ramping up and and I honestly feel the buildup is leading into Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I know this is a completely different style of game. Japan loves mobile and everything, but I honestly feel, based on what we saw with Pokemon Go and how there were multiple different reports that Pokemon Go actually boosted the core Pokemon game sales of the older 3DS titles, I think we're going to see the same effect now that Fire Emblem is on the mainstream. This is the most mainstream that we've ever seen Fire Emblem before, and really the mainstream Fire Emblem kind of came in with Fire Emblem Awakening, and that was kind of nothing compared to what they've made on this mobile game here. So Fire Emblem Heroes now sits at $437 million of all-time worldwide revenue with 14.1 million downloads. So easily the most successful Fire Emblem game ever released. There's been no other Fire Emblem game that has generated that much revenue and has been downloaded or put on a device that many times officially with it, with tracking and everything. This is the most successful one, and obviously it's not the same type of Fire Emblem game as like Three Houses or Awakening, and it's free compared to $40 or whatever, so I get that. But I think that the momentum that we're seeing with Fire Emblem Heroes and how people are excited and getting into the characters is going to lead into a big boon for Fire Emblem Three Houses. And everybody on the podcasts that I go on, the Spawncast and stuff like that, they'll talk about how I'm kind of crazy for thinking that Fire Emblem Three Houses is going to sell 3-4 million plus, but I honestly feel Fire Emblem is getting to that stage where it's going to break into that. If Xenoblade Chronicles 2 can sell nearly 2 million or at 2 million with Torn of the Golden Country and also the base game, I honestly feel that Fire Emblem, which has been around for way longer, has Fire Emblem Heroes, has a lot more, I would say, rep than what Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has done, because there's been Fire Emblem games that have actually broke 2 million units. So Fire Emblem Fates and Fire Emblem Awakening, I think, are both past that. So I think that Fire Emblem Three Houses, the first HD real Fire Emblem game returning to home consoles, so you get the best of both worlds with people who love Fire Emblem on portables and people who love Fire Emblem on home consoles. This is going to create the perfect synergy that this franchise needs to really explode in sales, similar to how we saw with Xenoblade Chronicles, that perfect synergy of what the Switch is bringing together the two fan bases that have played the games before. So what do you guys think about Fire Emblem Heroes generating another nearly $17 million in revenue? What do you think about it getting more popular and how that's going to help out Fire Emblem Three Houses? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next topic here, Stardust Galaxy Warriors Stellar Climax will officially launch for the Nintendo Switch on the eShop on November 29th. Publisher Arxis Games and developer Dreamloop Games have announced. Now, Stardust Warriors Stellar Climax first launched for the PC via Steam in November 2015, so it's quite a bit old here, followed by the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in September 2016, and now we're getting the game on the Nintendo Switch, and they skipped the Wii U completely. They could have launched it on the Wii U, but they skipped the Wii U completely, so there you go on that one. It's a local co-op shooter, so you can team together with 3 of your other buddies, so 4 total, in order to take down people here. So let's go and get a little bit more about the key features of the game. So you have local co-op for up to 4 players, 5 badass player characters with their distinct special abilities and super weapons, a vast arsenal of primary and secondary weapons, an extensive and customizable list of game settings, play the way you want, a light touch of RPG mechanics just for fun, a 10-level campaign with a tongue-in-cheek story to tie it together, endless gauntlet mode that gets progressively harder as you play, challenge mode with 5 predefined challenges, an amazing album-length soundtrack, downloadable content that you can have, a disco ball, a character named, is it Grundula von Uvelvamp? I can't even say that. Anyway, Grundula's in the house, no shocking plot twist in the end, like totally. You can always trust bullet points. So there you go, guys. There's also more information about the game if you want to see it. A little bit of an older game, but it's cool that it's coming over. Especially these local co-op games are actually really fun on the Nintendo Switch. I think Super Mario Party is kind of proving that a lot of people are buying those extra Joy-Cons and everything. So it'd be cool to have more co-op and 4-player co-op games that you can play on the system, on a single system, be it that. So that's actually awesome. So what do you guys think about this title? Stardust Galaxy Warriors Stellar Climax, coming over November 29th is the confirmed release date. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the final topic here, Omensight is officially coming to the Nintendo Switch this November, and there's also some definitive edition updates for the PC, but we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch version because I never even knew about this game at all. So Spearhead Games has announced that they're currently developing a Nintendo Switch version of the game that's due out for the eShop in November. And I did want to talk about this game because, like I said, I knew nothing about it at all. So a new action murder mystery from the award-winning creators of stories, The Path of Destinies. You are the Harbinger, a mythical warrior who only appears in times of crisis. The land is torn by war, but there is worse. As night falls, you witness the destruction of the world at the hands of a dark god. As the eyes of the sword across the land light up, it is up to you to reverse this fate. All you know is that it started with a mysterious murder. You are granted the power to revive the final day of the land. Lead the investigation as you decide how to spend each day. So kind of like Majora's Mask a little bit. Definitely a little Majora's Mask type of feel to it there. So there's actually more about the game. You guys can check that out. I want to go over some of the key features as well because this game has me intrigued. I don't like Majora's Mask too much. I mean, it is what it is, but I do like the plot. I've seen many Let's Plays and watched people speed run and do all that good stuff with Majora's Mask. So I know all about it and I enjoy watching the game more so than actually playing the game. So here are the key features of it. You can manipulate time, an innovative narrative experience, seamlessly blending interactive story with action gameplay, witness the outcome of events from different perspectives, and affect the outcomes through your actions. Investigate a mystery, join a diverse cast of characters with mysterious roles to play in the land's story and each other's. Change fate, learn key information about specific characters, then help hinder them to prevent the end of the world, and then you can also save the land. Fight using fluid, stylish combat that combines swordplay, magical abilities, and time manipulation. And as I'm looking through this gameplay that you guys are watching here, this definitely seems like my style of game. I love the art, I love the combat, I really like what they're trying to do here. It kind of reminds me of more of an open-ended Foodie. You guys know that game Foodie that came out? That's just kind of like boss battles. This seems to me like a more of an open-ended style of action game that I'll like, and I love the time manipulation Chrono Trigger type of deal, but really just kind of reminds me of Majora's Mask, how you can kind of rewind and replay things and kind of change how stuff is supposed to happen in the land. That is awesome, and it just seems like more of my type of game. I like the plot, I love the tone and the atmosphere. The graphics are silky smooth and beautiful, and I never even knew about this game beforehand. I might even check it out on PC to maybe get the game again once it comes to Nintendo Switch. It actually is looking really good, so I like what they're doing here. I like that the fact that they're bringing it to Nintendo Switch. Obviously this game has been out for just a bit, but it's one of those things that once again the Switch is attracting a lot of developers who would have never developed on the system before, and we never saw these type of games on the Wii U. We never did at all, so I'm really happy that they're coming over to the Nintendo Switch and we can get a chance to play them anywhere that we want. So what do you guys think about all the different topics here, guys, with Fire Emblem and also Stardust Galaxy, in addition to Omensight as well, coming over to Nintendo Switch? This game is looking to be really good. I think it could be a breakthrough on the Switch. I think it can do really well. So let me know your thoughts on all of this. Comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube membership. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.